The NBA has done a much better job at producing villains worse than found in comic books and movies. Fans are sure to react strongly to just about any unscripted sport that features a number of locker room dramas playing out on the actual field. Many players are currently strongly hated by a huge portion of NBA fans for a variety of reasons. Many of the cases have tons of players who were beloved when they were on one team but instantaneously turned into hated enemies when people were rooting for the team against them. Not only this, but many players have ugly beef with each other over petty reasons like the model they dated. Stories vary from those who enjoy receiving hate to those who find it challenging to go through. Each case where a player became an enemy for fans has its own episode, has a unique beginning but plays out similarly in the end. Here are our top picks for the most hated NBA players across the league. But before we jump into the video, welcome to Hoopscape. Here, we provide you with the latest updates and news and all that's happening in the world. So without wasting our time, let's dive right in. Joel Embiid. Philadelphia Sixers fans like him to death. After all, he is good at what he does. Despite being a fantastic player, Joel Embiid's trolling tendencies sometimes annoy some people quite a lot. By acting out extra on the court with these antics, Embiid loves to yell and talk trash at his rival teams. Karl Anthony Towns and Kevin Durant's negative experiences with Embiid have been huge examples of how many players feel frustrated while playing against him. This also rubs the fans in the wrong way. Although Embiid's recent MVP caliber seasons increased his esteem and respect in the league, there is still a great deal of hate toward him. Chris Paul. In the NBA, Chris Paul is a very controversial player as he approaches the end of his NBA Hall of Fame career. There is no doubt in admitting that Paul is a respected all-time great point guard because of how hard and intelligent he plays, and no one truly plays like him. However, because of his on-court antics, he sometimes attracts criticism and hatred. Fans in the opposing team cannot fail to notice that Paul likely plays dirty or attempts to utilize calls to his advantage in what seems like a shadier manner. Many people want Paul to win a championship before he retires. Yet there are just as many fans and players who despise him and would want him to never touch the trophy due to his dirty play. Grayson Allen. In the NBA, it's extremely uncommon for a role player to be despised, but Grayson Allen has long lived up to his poor reputation. Because of his dirty plays against other opponents and complaining when things didn't go his way, Allen became the most hated player by basketball fans during his time playing college basketball at Duke. The NBA fanbase despises Allen for a lot more reasons. One of them was because of a couple of incidents where he got into altercations with other players and seemed like he was attempting to harm people. This did not sit right with fans. It is truly heartbreaking as Allen has been a dependable role player for years and years thanks to his skill, but it seems unlikely that he will ever be liked and we can't blame them. Russell Westbrook. After Kevin Durant left the Oklahoma City Thunder, Russell Westbrook became one of the team's most adored players, putting up triple-doubles and playing with pride. He truly proved that he is worthy of all the love he got. However, on the other hand, many believe that Westbrook's emotions caused him to yell profanities at his opposing team and whine off the court, which puts fans in a weird headspace. It is now obvious that Westbrook lacks the self-awareness necessary to recognize when his bravado may go overboard and cross the boundary. Westbrook doubled down after a disappointing performance during his recent disastrous season with the Los Angeles Lakers, which cost him losing many of his devoted followers. Kyrie Irving. Since Kyrie Irving demanded to be traded away from the Cleveland Cavaliers after getting tired of LeBron James, things have gotten worse every season for him. Even before leaving the Boston Celtics, Irving was thought to always have attitude problems and didn't get along well with the team. After Kyrie missed the majority of the season because he bluntly refused to get vaccinated and took time off the previous year without informing anyone, the Brooklyn Nets experienced even more turmoil as a result. This was the final straw for most people. The majority of NBA fans eventually turned against Irving as a result of his prima donna behavior. No matter how good you are, if you can't take your work seriously, you are as good as gone. James Harden. Any NBA player who forces a trade once is bound to face criticism, but anyone who does it twice will undoubtedly encounter hatred. In back-to-back seasons, James Harden used the same trick against the Brooklyn Nets and the Houston Rockets. Given that Harden appeared to have purposely entered training camp out of shape and didn't bother giving it his all, Houston's departure felt extremely wronged by his action. Brooklyn went through the same thing when he called it quits after scoring 4 points in his final Nets game and sitting out the rest of it without getting even a scratch. Harden managed to get away once more, but many fans and the media celebrated his playoff failure. Draymond Green. The Golden State Warriors' Draymond Green is a prime example of a player who will be adored by his hometown fans, but who may be easily hated by opposing fan bases. Many fans find it offensive that Green, despite being the 4th or 5th best player on the team, is the biggest trash talker. Many people will express their disgust with him if he engages in trash talking and arguments over calls during every single play. Unlike other players, Draymond loves to see his opposing team fans hate on him. In fact, he has made it his card calling in his whole career. Ben Simmons. Who doesn't know Ben Simmons, the player who dated the very beautiful Kendall Jenner only to be replaced by a fellow NBA player? He became one of the most hated players in the entire season and in the future after his extremely controversial departure from the Philadelphia 76ers. During the team's 2021 elimination, Simmons played extremely poorly and received harsh criticism from Doc Rivers and Joel Embiid. The off-season anger saw him demanding not even requesting a trade and refrained from playing because of his deteriorating mental health issues. However, when Simmons was finally transferred to the Brooklyn Nets, he was still unable to play there as well. Simmons backed out of his vow to play in Game 4 of the Nets series against the Boston Celtics after the team fell behind 0-3 to make him look much softer. Patrick Beverly. Patrick Beverly is another NBA player who enjoys being hated as a part of his persona. The role player is hardly ever among the team's top performers, but he is the ideal complementary piece for excellent defense and leadership. Beverly attempts to create drama with the opposite side and makes it known that he doesn't care about any of them. He is disliked because of his behavior, such as taking cheap jabs at Chris Paul when he was going to be eliminated from the playoffs, or his dirty plays that injured Russell Westbrook. Kevin Durant. When he joined the Golden State Warriors in an effort to win some simple championships, Kevin Durant was the most hated player in the entire NBA. After Durant joined the Brooklyn Nets, his reputation received a huge boost. He had a fantastic 2021 postseason series, however, they fell short in comparison to Milwaukee Bucks. Being the best player on his team once more served as a reminder of how outstanding Durant is to the basketball world. However, he once again became the most hated player though, thanks to a trade demand made in the winter. The Phoenix Suns, Miami Heat, and Boston Celtics being mentioned by Durant as the most dominant teams makes him disliked once more for yet another poor decision. Will he be able to recover from this? Only time will tell. So there you have it, the top 10 most hated NBA players across the league. Let us know in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel to get the latest updates. Thanks for watching and see you soon in the next video.